What's going on, YouTube? We got another episode of the God Next podcast coming right at you. I'm your co-host, Donovan Moore. Got my dog, Mitch Baldwin, down there.
Sir.
Got our main man, our Tuesday regular, my man, Bennett Bones Nate Ash. What's going on, B?
How's everyone doing? Who's ready to talk some football? We got a lot of great matchups this week.
A lot of great ones. So we coming straight at y'all with a slight little week 2 recap. Week 3 recap. And we coming up with a week 4 preview. A lot of great games coming up. So as well, continue to like, subscribe, and enjoy the show.
You ready to play, boy?
Yo, turn it up, Sly. I can't hear nothing.
So just a quick little recap, giving y'all a look at our overall standings. Mitch and Bones had a great week last week, both 10-6. I was 9-7, unfortunately, so they gained some ground on me in my lead. So our current overall standings as we sit today. My man Bennett, 28-20 overall right there. Mitch, 27-22. You know, you got to watch out for the underdog because they always end up the champion somehow. So watch out for him. And I'm sitting right here, 31-17, still atop the leaderboards, but a lot of games to go. So we're going to keep it pushing.
This week's going to be a mission to be like over 500, honestly, because there's so many close calls. So,
Hey, I picked the Bengals, so I just want to put that out.
No, you did. I texted you. I remember. I was like, that was a good call.
Yeah.
I almost went there, but I just believed in my team too much. But the belief is kind of gone now.
Let's get right head into it then, man. Bones, let's go ahead, take us away, baby.
Alrighty. So with the first matchup of week 4 on Thursday night, we got the Jaguars going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals to kind of give you a little flashback to LSU Clemson when Burrow and Trevor Lawrence played in the national championship game, and the LSU Tigers outplayed and out-executed the Clemson Tigers. They were both undefeated in that game. This time around, they're both on, not so great teams, although the Bengals look significantly improved. I'm going to, pick the Bengals in this matchup. They look significantly better than the Jaguars. Joe Burrow looks significantly better than Trevor Lawrence. And, I don't expect this game to be that close. So the Bengals, if they win this game, they'll be 3-1, and, that was something to look forward to the rest of the year.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Jaguars are a rebuilding, struggling team, and they haven't won a game yet, and I don't think they will on Thursday. I like the Bengals.
Yeah. Coming off that big win last week, I really think the Bengals can really get an easy dub here. Like you said, the Jags are kind of just like a recovering franchise right now, and like Trevor Lawrence is, while he's good, he don't really have that many good pieces around him, so I don't think he's gonna be able to do that much. So I'm gonna pick the Bengals for this one.
All right, next on Sunday to begin our 1 o'clock matchups. What a doozy right here. We got Washington going to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Washington's 1-2, Falcons 1-2. They beat the Giants on the last-second field goal last week. I called that. But you know what? I'm gonna. I don't think in my whole life of watching football I've witnessed Washington beat the Falcons. But I'm gonna say this is their first time right here. I'm gonna take Washington in a last-second field goal.
Simply put, Washington is just a bad team right now. I'm a Washington fan, so I know. We came into the year hyping up our defense, and honestly, they can't guard us. Put us 3 out there with an offensive line, we'll probably go down and score. So it's looking terrible. I feel like this game on Sunday kind of defines our season, but I like us. If we lose to the Falcons, our season's over. So I like us. This is the last week I'm taking us if we lose. So it's the last week I'm going to do it.
That was so passionate. Man, as much as I really believed in the Redskins this year and their defense, they have let me down so bad so far here, and I'm going to have to rock with the other team right now, bro. I'm going to have to. The Redskins have been really bad. But this is really a toss-up, and like you said, I really think that this is going to define you guys this season if you can get this dub or not. So, no, I'm going to go with the Redskins, actually. I'm going to go with the Redskins.
Wow, okay.
Alrighty, next, this game obviously isn't very particularly hard to pick. It's kind of separate from the rest of the weekly matchups, but it's the Texans going to Buffalo to play the Bills. I think instead of picking a winner for this game, guys, we should pick the spread because the Bills are favored by 16.5. I'm going to say they cover. There's no way they don't win this game by at least 20 points. Like I saw what they did to Washington last week, and the Bills are pretty try-hard when they go against bad opponents. If you guys watched them last year, like
that's facts.
Yeah,
there's no way they're not going to be up by like at least 20 at halftime. But Josh Allen is going to cook the Texans. There is just no way he doesn't. Emmanuel Sanders had 2 touchdowns last week against Washington. I can't remember the last time Emmanuel Sanders has had 2 touchdowns in a game.
In a season, let alone, bro. Like, come on.
Remember when I was talking about fantasy sleepers a couple of weeks ago? I said Emmanuel Sanders because he's playing behind Diggs, and Diggs gets double covered, and like Sanders and Beasley are both like good, second, third receivers. So I mean, Josh Allen just looks like he's got unlimited options. I honestly have no clue how the Steelers were able to beat them in Week 1, but I don't expect Houston to even get an upset on the spread this week. I'm going.
Yeah, no, let's just move on. I think this.
Yeah, let's go to the next game. I love Buffalo this week. If you're a better, put everything you own on Buffalo.
Yes.
All right, looks like we all agree there. Next game, this is tough, not because it's between 2 powerhouses, just because it's. Well, I'll let you guys decide. It's Detroit at Chicago. The Lions playing the Bears. I'm actually because the Lions have actually competed in all their games, I'm going to pick them to get their first win. It's about time they get a win. Unfortunately for them, I don't know how they let up a 4th and 19 against the Ravens and let Justin Tucker boot that, 66-yard historical game-winning field goal. But, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The Bears looked like they struggled to just execute a play against the Browns last week. I was dead wrong about that pick, by the way, but give me the Lions. I think Justin Fields, just being a rookie, Jared Goff should be able to get the Lions their first win in this game.
Who's starting that quarterback for the Bears this week? Is it Fields again, or they said they might be starting Foles, or it could be Andy Dalton? So
I'd say give me the Lions, no matter which one of the 3 it is, because I think they deserve it.
I'm thinking, man,
it's a hard game.
It's a hard game for the wrong reason.
Hard game.
I want to go with Chicago, but at the same time, the Lions have fought in almost every game. So
they have.
I honestly like the pick too. I like the Lions. I like the Lions this week.
Another doozy here. I'm just like, I will take the Lions, I guess. I'll take the Lions. Just so the record's the same. I don't want this to mess up my record. I'll be so mad if this is the game.
I just think they're inspired. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think they're inspired by anything. They're not doing anything this season.
I mean, they kind of competed in all their games. They're not doing anything this year. But I mean, I don't think they want to be the 2008 Lions that went 0-16.
I agree. I think if they're gonna get a win, this is the one. So
this is an opportunity right here to get a win. Right. Yeah.
Let me go with that.
Next, we got Carolina going to Dallas to play the Cowboys. That's Panthers are undefeated at 3-0. But I think, the magic ends here just because I don't think they're a total legit undefeated team. I think they're vastly improved, but they're going to be without Christian McCaffrey. And I just think, the Cowboys are finding their stride offensively at least. And defense, scored a couple defense scored 2 touchdowns last night, or they scored 1. But they still, intercepted Jalen Hurts multiple times. I think, they got a good secondary, even though the rest of the defense might not be that good. And I think, the Cowboys and the Panthers their first loss.
Yeah, I got to give Dallas their credit as much as it hurts to say. Their defense looks very improved this year. Mm-hmm. They're playing at least tough physical football right now. And their offense we already knew was going to be really good with Dak coming back. So I like the Cowboys this week. No McCaffrey for the Panthers. Panthers got a tough defense, but I just feel like they haven't faced the offense like Dallas yet, if we're being honest. So I like the Cowboys.
This version of the Cowboys, I don't think there's any chance that they win this game. I really don't. I think the Cowboys are just on a different level right now, man. And I really don't think there's gonna be any contest here, especially with McCaffrey not being there and Sam Darnold not being anywhere close to where Dak Prescott is. So I have the Cowboys in this game.
Yeah. All righty. So next we got this is an interesting matchup. the Colts going to Miami to play the Dolphins. Colts at Dolphins. I think both these teams. The Colts are 0-3 and the Dolphins are 1-2, but I think they're both better than what their record says. I think the Colts have just had the very unfortunate luck of having a very tough first 3 games: Seahawks, Rams, and then at the Titans. They in none of those games did they completely just flat out get destroyed. They just lost the better. They just lost the better teams, and for that reason, I think they're due for a win, but I also think the Dolphins are due for a win because they competed with the Raiders with Jacoby Brissett. This is really tough, but I'm gonna say the Colts squeak it out.
Yeah, I think the Colts are desperate for a win. The Dolphins' offensive line is flat out terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts have a solid defense, and the Dolphins are already struggling kind of with Tua at quarterback, and then you put the backup to Tua in. So I don't really believe in you to win a game. So I like the Colts.
Is Tua out?
Yeah, I think he's out.
Jacoby Brissett again.
Colts. It's going to be Colts for me. Like you said, I think their defense is just better, and then the it's really proven this year. Like if you don't have a good offensive line, you're probably going to lose the game so far. So I'm going to go with the other team, not the Dolphins. My bad. The Colts.
Yeah,
the Colts.
Yeah, I just think Carson Wentz, if he starts out 0-4 with the Colts, like that experiment is just about over. If that's the case right there.
Yeah.
Next we got Browns going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Browns and Vikings. The Vikings have actually competed in all their games. They just kind of had a tough schedule, and they finally got the monkey off their back beating the Seahawks last week. They almost never beat the Seahawks, but they finally did that. But I just think the Browns are a flat out better team than the Seahawks. Than the Seahawks and the Vikings who they play this week. I just think they got a running game, they got a defense. I think they're going to make things hard for the Vikings, and Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins probably about even. Kirk might have better stats, but Baker's clearly a better winner. It looks like. Give me the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns flat out dominated against Chicago last week. I think Myles Garrett had 4 sacks or something like that.
That's defensive player of the year.
Great game. I think it'll be a pretty close one. If Dalvin Cook plays, I like the Vikings, to be honest. But if Dalvin Cook doesn't play, I'm taking the Browns for sure. So if he plays, take me down for the Vikings. But if he doesn't play, I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I like that pick just because, Dalvin Cook just brings a whole different, energy to the team. And Justin Jefferson had a great week last week. And they won, and against a team I thought they were going to lose to. I think we all picked the Seahawks last week. So, yeah, I think the Vikings are pretty good. And, the Browns are also pretty good, and they got Odell back. And Odell wasn't shabby last week either. So, I'm going to go with the Vikings, though, and if Dalvin plays, I'm going to pick the Vikings, and if he doesn't play, then I got the Browns. Same thing.
I just think the big difference for me is the Browns have a good defense, the Vikings don't, and I just think, the Browns got Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They literally have 2 guys who they can run.
You're right.
Just put me down for Browns. I'll just go Browns.
You just kind of changed me too.
I didn't mean to convince you all the other way, but it's how some running backs, even the best ones, need a rest after a while. The Browns can just go. They have a 1A, 1B. These guys are literally 2 starting top 10 running backs in the league.
You should not have said that, bro. We both would have been wrong. Yeah, I'm going with the Browns, bro. As soon as you said,
I'm gonna stick to mine. If Dalvin Cook plays, I'm still going Vikings.
I'm going Browns.
Dalvin Cook plays, I'm still going Vikings.
I must have a special talent where I can change the minds of people.
Hey, I didn't even think about their run game. Their run game is great.
All right, next, we should get this one over with pretty fast, but it's the Giants at the Saints. I know the Saints aren't perfect, obviously, on and off, but the Giants just figure out every way to lose a game possible, and I think, this year's probably it for Danny Dimes if they can't, muster at least a 7-10 season. I just don't see how they can keep going with the guy who keeps losing, but although the Giants have been losers for a very long time. But give me the Saints. Obviously, Sean Payton's the better coach in this matchup, and I think he's gonna either at home. I just think actually I don't know. Are the Saints playing the Superdome this week, or are they just playing on neutral field because of the hurricane damage? I think either way, just give me the Saints.
Give me the Saints this week. The Giants have found a way to lose literally every week. I think week 1 they were just bad versus the Broncos, and week 2 they play us. The guy jumps off sides after we miss a game-winning kick. So, and then week 3 they lose off a kick again. So give me the Saints.
Yeah, I got the Saints in this one. I don't think there's much to debate here. So
Alrighty, this next one might be a fast one too. Even though Titans are a little shaky, Titans at Jets. I just even though the Titans I feel like are going to lose games they should win, and maybe sometimes win games they should lose. I just don't see how they can lose to the Jets. The Jets are flat out terrible. So I mean, give me the Titans in this one.
Yeah, I like the Titans. I see Derrick Henry just having an insane game. Titans.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Hopefully Julio has a crazy game too. So I'm going with Titans.
Alrighty, so next one, Chiefs at Eagles. Andy Reid taking his talents back to his old team. There's no way the Chiefs are going to lose 3 in a row, especially to the Eagles. Like, the Chiefs are going to get back in the win column. They're in last place in their division. Like, that is insane. Who would ever? When's the last time the Chiefs have been in last place in their division? Just probably not since Andy Reid wasn't their coach. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's no way Andy Reid and the Chiefs are going to lose this game to the Eagles. They're just don't even play the damn game. The Chiefs are winning this game.
I see the Chiefs going on a 6-7 game winning streak here. It was rare to see them lose 2 straight, and I don't really see them losing for the near future. So I'm taking the Chiefs now, and I like them for their next 5-6 games.
Oh yeah, I easily got the Chiefs here. We can move on.
Yeah, the Chiefs just kind of have shot themselves in the foot the last couple games with uncharacteristic turnovers. So, I mean, I'm not – they say the team that loses the Super Bowl sometimes has a Super Bowl hangover because, you go into that offseason just thinking about how you lost that last game and all that stuff. But the Chiefs are too – they have too much pride for this losing to continue. And, the Eagles just aren't that. So, like you said, we can move on to the next one. All right, here comes the somewhat, competitive games. The Cardinals at the Rams. 2 undefeated NFC West teams, 2 quarterbacks who are probably at the top of the list for league MVP. And in my personal opinion, Matt Stafford and Kyler Murray are both playing lights out. But give me the Rams, not because I think Matt Stafford's better than Kyler necessarily, but I just think the Rams are a better team than the Cardinals. I think I've seen the Cardinals play sloppy in their last 2 games, even though they won them both against the Vikings and Jaguars. And I just think the Rams are, a better coaching and better execution. The way they just, they pretty much, dominated the Buccaneers. So I just think, them being at home, I think they got the edge, and I think they got the better squad. So give me the Rams.
Yeah, I like the Rams as well. Cardinals are kind of an inconsistent team, even though they're very much improved this year. I just feel like the Rams are better coached. They have a better defense. So I like the Rams. Matt Stafford's going to continue his high start to the season.
I like the Rams in this game just because I think overall the Rams are a better team. Like, their defense is really good. Cooper Kupp is going off right now. And then D Hop right now, he has a rib injury, and he was already dealing with that last week. And I think that, so their receivers are better. I think that their quarterback might be better, and Matthew Stafford has looked really good so far. So I'm gonna have to rock with the Rams here.
Alrighty, so next we got the other NFC West matchup. The 1-2 Seahawks going to the Bay Area to play the 2-1 Niners. The Niners came all the way back against the Packers last Sunday night, down by a lot to take the lead with 30 seconds left, only to lose to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers on a last-second field goal. This game's really tough to call because on one hand, I don't think, it's hard to imagine the Seahawks starting 1-3. But on the other hand, I feel like the Niners are a better team than the Seahawks. So, just imagine what the Seahawks would be without Russell Wilson. I feel like they'd be one of the worst teams in the league, honestly. That guy pretty much just carries that team year after year after year after year ever since the LOB kind of left. But give me the Niners. I think they squeak it out in a close one.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a close one. It's tough to see Seattle losing 3 straight, but I think I saw something the other day that since Garoppolo's been a starting quarterback with Shanahan, they haven't lost 2 straight games. So I don't think that'll happen this week. I like the 49ers.
I'm going to go Seahawks here. Don't believe in the 49ers as much as I believe in the Seahawks, and I think that they're kind of salty about losing to the Vikings last week, and they're going to try and get on track. Because like you said, I don't see them going 1-3, honestly. And it's Russell Wilson, and I'm going with the Seahawks. That's how I feel.
All right, next we got the Ravens at the Broncos. Ravens 2-1. The Broncos are 3-0. Obviously, I want the Broncos to win, being a Steelers fan, but I just don't think they're as a good enough team to start 4-0, even though I think they're a good team, good defense. Teddy B's, a solid QB, but I just think, they're due for a loss, and I think that comes this week. I got the Ravens winning that game.
Yeah, is it in Baltimore or Denver?
It's in Denver.
Sometimes it's tough playing in Denver with the altitude. It's hard for people to breathe out there sometimes. Denver's got a real tough defense too, a really tough defense. It's going to be a close one, but I like the Ravens. They just had 2 magical wins 2 weeks in a row, and I just think they just keep this winning streak going. I like Baltimore. I trust Lamar.
Same thing. I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one, just because they're playing so well right now, and I think that other players on the team have felt like the need to step up since they've had so many injuries so far, and I like the Ravens this week.
And just imagine if, just speaking of the high altitude, if Justin Tucker can kick a 66-yarder in indoor Detroit, imagine what he can kick in Denver. The Ravens don't need to push the ball that far downfield to be in Justin Tucker field goal range. They think of a kicker as a weapon. I don't think I've ever seen one like Justin Tucker in my lifetime. I don't think anybody has. He's probably the GOAT in terms of kickers, like almost no doubt about it. Vinatieri was good, but Justin Tucker is just on another level of kickers. So that's always something to consider. All right, next is a little bit of a, this kind of makes me, sore thinking about this matchup. But the Steelers going to Green Bay to play the Packers. I feel like the Steelers' offensive line might be just as good, if not a tiny bit better. They just pick up 5 large men off the street to try to block, because this offensive line cannot block, which causes the receivers to not catch, which causes Big Ben to just look like 39-year-old Big Ben. I mean, this looks terrible right now. Like I literally will watch a game and see us get the ball on any, let's say the 25-yard line, and it'll be first play, false start, second play, run for -2 yards, the third play, 10-yard gain, called back for a holding penalty, and we'll be punting further back than where we started the possession. Like, this is not an NFL offense. This is beyond embarrassing. I know we'll get, TJ Watt back on defense, which our defense makes us suddenly a competitive team, but going against the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, just it's unfathomable to imagine that we can win this game. Give me the Packers, unfortunately.
You sounded so depressing. You said that. Go ahead, Donald.
Yeah, I like the Packers too. They're at home. Ben Roethlisberger just looks. Let's just call it how it is. He doesn't look good. He doesn't. The offensive line is struggling, so that would maybe help him out a little bit. But whenever he's throwing, like, he can't even throw like down the field as well as he used to, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Everything's quick and underneath, so when people play up on that, it's not much the Steelers can do. So I like Green Bay.
This feels great to say, and I'm gonna enjoy saying this. No contest here. I think the Packers are easily gonna win this, and Steelers suck so far. What are they gonna be after this?
All I know is I've never seen a losing season in Steeler history. So, I mean, if it comes this year, I'm still behind your Cowboys in losing seasons of this era, I guess. But we're probably due for one if we're going to draft a new quarterback next year.
I mean, well, you absolutely should. So, yeah, I hope you guys do lose.
Are you calling for us to tank?
Yeah, I hope you guys do tank, honestly. Well, I mean, I just don't think Big Ben needs to be there anymore. If he goes another year, then you guys are going to be horrible.
It might be better for the franchise if we have a high draft pick next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
How
many more games we got left?
How many what?
How many more games do we have left?
Oh, we just have 2 more.
Okay.
So this is the game that everyone's been waiting for all year long. The game that will probably be the most watched game behind the Super Bowl this year. Tom Brady returning to his old stadium, Gillette Stadium, to face his old coach, Bill Belichick, and the Patriots. I think we've all been waiting for this. I don't know how many people will not be watching this game. I'd have to imagine that everybody who's got any bit of, football knowledge or, anybody who's the slightest bit of a football fan will be watching this game because it's just too hard not to watch. But, part of me thinks to myself, can Belichick do enough? Does he know Brady well enough to just somehow pull out a dub here? But at the same time, Brady I don't think there's a single soul who wants to win this game more than Brady. I'm sure Belichick wants to win it too, but ultimately Brady's the player, Belichick's the coach. And I think, even though I like to say the teacher can beat the student, I just don't think Belichick has a squad to do it in this one. And plus, the Buccaneers lost last week, so I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row. So give me the Bucs. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots won, but I just don't see how it's possible by looking at the rosters of each team.
Yeah, don't give Tom Brady a reason to be motivated. And I feel like he's extremely motivated this week. You never want to lose against your old team, especially, when this is person was this. He's won Super Bowls there. He was there for almost 20 years. This is almost like a Super Bowl in the regular season version for Brady. So I like the Buccaneers this week.
Yeah, I like the Buccaneers this week. I think that if you think that Brady's the GOAT, then this game is like a must-win for him, and I think he's going to be at his most motivated. So I got Brady.
And then we'll conclude the week with Monday Night Football, another great game. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Obviously 2 quarterbacks who are looking really good this year, Derek Carr and Justin Herbert. You know what? Give me the Chargers in this one. I think they're going to hand the Raiders their first loss just because I think, beating the Chiefs on the road is really going to instill some confidence into the Chargers, even though I don't think they're all that good, and I think they could lose a game later in the year that they should probably win. I just think, I think this game will be close. I think it will be, a good game. I don't think either team's going to be ashamed about how they played, but I think Chargers will come out victorious at the end.
Yeah, they're both off to solid starts to the season. The Chargers made a few mistakes in their loss to Dallas. It was a close loss, so and then they follow that up and go on the road and beat the Chiefs. So I like the Chargers as well. I think it'll be a really close game, but they're at home. It's Monday night. I like Herbert and the Chargers.
It hurts to say because I am a Derek Carr fan, but I'm going to have to say the Chargers just because Justin Herbert and them look really good against the Chiefs, and I don't see them falling off the week after, so I got the Chargers.
All right, well, that concludes our week 4 picks. I think, next week, since we'll be a quarter away through the season, maybe we could conclude the episode with the first quarter league MVP. And a couple other awards we could name, even though they're premature, obviously. And you all got anything else to say?
Just tune in next week and good episode, guys. That's all. See y'all later.